Reflections on what it means to be a digital scholar in the African context. A definition. Digital scholarship is the use of digital evidence, methods of inquiry, research, publication, and preservation to achieve scholarly and research goals. It can encompass scholarly communication using social media and research on digital media. A digital scholar can be well respected and with no institutional affiliation because of the online space having a wider group than just the academic arena. Digital scholarship allow for the intersect of interdisciplinary fields and concerns in public scholarships. Scholars and researchers can share their knowledge on public platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and make them accessible in the non-academic world, which will encourage greater participation and engagement and overlapping disciplines. I like the sketchnote image by Nicola Pallet, which was posted on her blog when her students were discussing personal development plans. And she used this as a live meeting to describe the journey that digital scholars need to create a better network identity and an online presence that shows academic merit. In 2015, globalization of communications can happen across many media platforms. I've given some examples here: e-journals, e-books, social bookmarking. I use Diego, blogs, YouTube, Wikipedia, SlideShare, iCloud, and some of the social networks I described earlier. Google Plus and Google Drive are a wonderful way of sharing documents. International online seminars have become very useful, and of course attending conferences is valuable if you have the funds. I'd like to talk about the Open UCT initiative. The world of South Africa academics is visible throughout the research cycle, and certain key individuals or expert scholars are able to network with others around the world. And at UCT, gender studies, climate change, and HIV and AIDS are three initiatives used in the ACDI initiative. Here are some of the aims of the Open UCT initiative. Make it freely available, engage the UCT community, and participate in open global education. As a result of this 3-year funded UCT initiative, certain policies have been developed and scholarly articles and dissertation and theses are encouraged and are deposited in open education resources. In December 2014, over 7,500 resources had been added, and the open education resources had been accessed and downloaded over 70,000 times. This project is now finished and the repository has been handed over to UCT for future maintenance. Here are some of the stats. Four guides have been developed, the one being the 4-step guide to the academic's online presence, then the curation for participation, an 8-step guide, open content licensing, how to do it, and measuring the impact on scholarly units, a 5-step guide. This is what they look like. And the image credit is from Lorna Kernwitz's blog. These are freely available and downloadable. Mentioning Prof. Kernwitz, she worked in the field of educational technology for over a decade and is the founding director of the Center for Educational Technology and is currently the director of Open UCT Initiative, as mentioned earlier, and CILT, which is the Centre for Innovation in Learning and Teaching. I'll be discussing CILT a little bit more later. These initiatives are leading UCT to open up its knowledge resources to all with internet connectivity and to engage globally with open education agenda and scholarly communications. UCT is being firmly placed in the global field through its MOOCs, which they started at the beginning of this year, in 2015. UCT is able to show their capacity to play in this space, which is usually occupied by the biggest and best universities in the world. The most successful institutions of higher learning in the future will also be the ones that are most advanced and proficient with online learning. The MOOC facilitation team is based at CILT, which is the Centre for Innovation in Learning and Teaching. Of course, a MOOC is a massive open online course. I'd like to mention RUR4D, which is the Research on Open Educational Resources for Development. Their objectives are to build an empirical knowledge base on the use and impact of OER in education, to develop the capacity of OER researchers and to build a network of OER scholarships, to communicate research and to form education policy and practice, and curate output as open content. Teachers need to stop saying hand it in and to start saying publish it instead.